Hey everybody, welcome back to Channel Wild Beat. It's your host Joshua Solomon. Today, I just wanted to talk about Cowboy Bebop. I wanted to make another review for it, a part two review, and go in more depth. Like, I just, I was just thinking about this show, and I really loved it. I really loved it. Um, It's the greatest show I've ever seen. This Netflix version of this is the greatest adaptation of anime because they add um, more to the story. Like I just really want to talk about today Vicious's and Spike's relationship in the show has been um, better written this time. I don't know if that's offensive, but it's not to me. I'm just saying that the original anime is legendary, but it's just like I think this adds more depth. We give more. I don't know. It's just we give more. And the original creator was was an advisor to this, so it is his. He's still part of this. He still gave his advisement to it. You could feel that's why it feels so authentic. And all these people are saying this is trash on YouTube are just stupid. They don't know what art is. I'm a huge Cowboy Bebop fan. I remember seeing the movie first. As a kid, I remember going to Blockbuster and getting the. I just saw the cover. I was just into James Bond movies at the time. I'm a huge James Bond fan, and I remember just getting the movie and I was just spellbound and enchanted by it. It was incredible to me. Just the animation was incredible. The music was incredible. The story was incredible, and it wasn't just like a story. It was very just real, and it felt so personal. It felt like it just referenced all kinds of cinema, and it was a beautiful experience seeing Cowboy Bebop for the first time, and it was crazy. I saw the movie. I think that's the best way to introduce somebody to the Cowboy Bebop lore or universe is show them the movie first, and because it's just so incredible. But yeah, then I saw the anime and I was just amazed by the anime, and after that I just became a huge Cowboy Bebop fan for life. Like I just it's so much information. It's so relatable. You know, It's just so relatable. Like I relate to Spike Spiegel so much. Like I feel like Spike Spiegel is just like I relate exactly to Spike Spiegel. I've done people. This is a great story because there's like I think that the Netflix show does a great job on making Spike Spiegel a damaged character and is not a protagonist that you get a lot. This was the type of protagonist you got back in the day with wild westerns, and like this you didn't get this or samurai movies, you know you didn't get this like you don't get this kind of character nowadays, because people just don't write these kind of characters anymore, and it's just because everyone wants the easy route. They want the heroes that have never done anything horrible. That's why I don't like Spider-Man. Like the way they write Spider-Man now, like the No Way Home trailer looks like garbage to me. All these people say that it's Cowboy Bebop soulless. This is for everyone who saw Angry Joe show too. Angry Joe is a fucking idiot. Like he's literally why he worry about those sexual harassment charges, instead of trying to tell people about this is soulless. It's like maybe you're soulless and you're just trying to project yourself on something else that you don't understand mentally. So I mean, how dare you say this is soulless? They got the fucking original composer of the anime, Yoko, to come back, and she just destroyed this shit. She fucking made a masterpiece. I think her music this time is better than the anime. There's so many songs that even just impressed me more than like, and she even said she said I use 1/10 of the music that I used from the anime. So she literally created a whole new soundtrack. She wasn't like, oh, let's just copy and paste the original soundtrack, like all the songs I already made, just put them on here. I'm not making no new shit. We could just make a remaster them. It's like, no, she made a brand new soundtrack, and it was incredible. All the actors are incredible. The cinematography is incredible for the budget they had. They had a low budget. You know, this just shows you great artists. See, this is a good example. Resident Evil: Welcome to Raccoon City is an example of horrible art with low budget, like horrible writing. Not horrible art because there's good stuff in Welcome to Raccoon City, but it's horrible writing, and it shows you how important writing is too. Like if you have a bad writer, if you're not writing a good story, it doesn't matter how much you try to, even with your budget. And that's the thing. I think the director is a good director. I think his heart was in the right place. And I think he actually made. I think director, like this visually. That's why I even said in my review for Welcome to Raccoon City that I even said in my review that this is like the cinematography is good. The acting is good. How he sets up scenes, everything looks good for the budget he had. He did a really good job. Even CGI, I didn't really mind because the actors, their reactions and stuff, it was still good. And I mean, it's like half me really kind of wants to see it one more time, but the other half is like, no, man, that shit just make maybe, and that's maybe the thing. Like, I feel like I maybe want to see it one more time, but I don't know, man, because it's like I like the actors in it, and it's just I wish the story was better. The story is just so, I don't know, man. I mean, I feel like it's kind of like I kind of want to see it again one more time, but I don't know. I'm probably not gonna see it again one more time. But yeah, Cowboy Bebop Netflix. It shows you like how if you have a good story, you know, and everything is firing off on all cylinders, you really don't need that much money. Because honestly, I don't really mind how it looks. I actually kind of hope it stays the same, looks the same in the second season. Like I'm rewatching episodes over and over again. It's just it's fun to watch these episodes now. And just see like actors doing it now, and it looks like everyone cares and everyone is great. Um, the weakest parts of this are probably I don't know. I think the the actress that plays Faye Valentine and even the writing for her is kind of. I mean, I don't think it's a right. I think it's just that actress made a mistake. She should never went on the internet and try to confront the critics and all this stuff. It's like just be quiet. Be professional. You know, should not go online and start arguing with people. Your job is to go in there and do the best performance you can. Because this is like now you've already created. Because now people are gonna look at this as like, oh, Faye Valentine is lesbian, so that means this is woke. Instead of just like, oh, is this part of her character? And I think if she was just nicer and just didn't say anything, and kind of just said whatever. I'm making millions of dollars off of this. Look, that's what I was seeing it as. Like, I'm making millions. I'd rather do that than be the person commenting on this. It's like, yeah, you can comment on this, but enjoy that government cheese. So why I sip like fucking Chardonnay? It's just, it's like, no, you just, if you're making that much money and you're an actress or an actor, you should not have to worry about what commenters or critics have to say. Just do the best you can. And honestly, I think this show is great. I think that it's trending now because it's different. I think it's challenging people. I think it has a statement. It's saying something about just our society in general. I think it's updated too. It's updated Cowboy Bebop. I like how it's even shown as almost a message to men not to fall in love and basically be so like just obsessed where you become like just like you're just suicidal at a certain point. It's like, dude, sailors used to make stories about this, like, seeing islands of like mermaids that look beautiful, but then you get close, it's actually like a monster that busts up out of the fucking island and eats everybody and stuff. It just shows you like it's just people can seduce you into a trap. and kill you. You know, and that's the thing. It's like, Cowboy Bebop has such good storytelling. Such good storytelling. And I think these people who made this show have done such an amazing job at writing this. Or, I think every director, because I think there's different directors, every director just feels like they're all unified, really, because everyone's doing unique things and everything is cool. Everything it feels different, but the same because everything is 100%. It doesn't feel like there's one week episode. I think that that's why I think that Faye, the actress who played Faye Valentine, and is that episode where her adoptive mother showed up. That's the worst episode. Adoptive mother and Faye Valentine episode. It was just silly and kind of, and I think that Faye Valentine is cooler from the anime. I still think the anime is cooler because it's like you could have made Faye Valentine look like that still, and I don't know. That's the only thing that I still don't like. I everything has grown on me. Even Julia, which I kind of didn't like when I first saw it. I was kind of like mad when I first saw it. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, why is Julia like evil now? Now she's gonna shoot Spike, like because I love Julia from the anime, and it's like, and Julia was at before she died, she was helping Spike. They're both running away together. They're both like shooting at these guys together. It was just that she couldn't make it. She's not Spike. She's not a syndicate hitman. So it's like she can't defend herself like Spike can. So she got shot. And it's almost like when you finally get the person you love, they're going to be taken from you. They're going to, no matter what. It's almost like you can't be with the person you truly love. Because it's going to be the hardest fucking. You're gonna have the world literally try to rip you away, and it's like, that's why. That's why I love that, but that's why I was mad at first because it's like you made Julia like this, like power hungry, like bitch now, like where she's like I'm gonna get mine, fuck you, and ambitious. And I'm like, oh god, that's why I still don't really kind of like it. It kind of depends on what they go for, and I mean, I kind of understand Vicious, and get shot by her, and like, but I don't understand Spike getting shot by her. I totally understand Vicious, but it's like, why Spike? And it's like, oh, you left me. You didn't come to save me. It's like the fuck you talking about? He has a whole syndicate after him. If I show my face, they're trying to kill me. I fake my death, and they still they still know I exist, and they're coming after me. The fuck are you talking about? I'm supposed to come save you? How the fuck? I can't even save myself. What are you talking about? It's just like, what? So that's still kind of like, I'm still not comfortable with that. But I think more I watch episodes, it's more like they're saying that Julia is not a good person from the get-go. Julia is not a good person from the get-go. She's charming. And it shows you when she sings at the bar, and all the fucking people are staring at her. Is even that one evil guy that's almost blinded, showing like every guy, every woman, everybody's just staring at her, almost seduced by her. She's just a celebrity. That's what these certain people have, these charms that are just so powerful that literally they're like spellbounding everybody. Even people who are really wise and shit, who see the truth and shit, they get spellbound. And so it's like there's this, and those are like, and that's just showing you like there's people even more dangerous than Vicious and Spike. There's people more dangerous. I think it's more dangerous to have a manipulation or seductive. It's almost sort of like how music could seduce people, how sounds and how looks and how lust could seduce people, and how that could make people turn to a weapon. And it's like all these people that Vicious and Cowboy Bebop's killed, or I keep calling Cowboy Bebop, he's not Cowboy Bebop, his name is Spike Spiegel, or Fearless, now that they've given him a new name in the show. you know it shows like how, you know they'll kill so many people for someone who doesn't even give a fuck about neither of them. And it's kind of fucked up. Like, Vicious should have been put out of his misery. It's almost like how she shot Vicious and Spike at the last episode is almost showing you how fucked up a person she is. It's like, if she's gonna kill these guys, It should be shoot Vicious and put him out of his misery. Because even his father said, "You're a sad boy. You're a scared boy, and you'll always be that." And it is kind of true. It's really like he's only this vicious because he's scared. And he's seen how fucked up the world is. Now it's more like he's scared and is in fear. Like it's like Yoda said, fear turns to anger, anger turns to hate, anger turns to suffering. Literally, and suffering could be for everybody else. It doesn't need to be necessarily the person who's doing the suffering. It's like maybe a couple years later when they finally get enlightenment, and they're like, shit, I fucking did so much horrible shit. Then they will suffer for everything mentally. But I think it's just like even the way she kills them at the end, or she thinks she kills them at the end, is fucked up. It's like I'm gonna basically keep Vicious around to torture him when he really should be put out of his misery. For all the shit he's been through, and then I'm gonna keep Spike. I'm gonna take Spike out quick when maybe he should suffer a little bit more for like just doing something he knew was wrong. He knew better, because Spike knew better. Than to shoot that little girl, because he didn't shoot the first girl that he saw for a job when it said like it had killed everybody. He let the mother and the daughter leave, and then when he wanted to defend Vicious, he killed everybody. He even killed the one girl that was part of the gang. Obviously, when she was like a little girl, and it was like, but I see it as like. But it's like it's almost showing you like a religious, spiritual thing too. It's like, if you're a good person and you do foul shit, you're gonna feel like it even says in the show, you're gonna carry that weight. You're gonna carry that weight of the sins you committed in your life. If you're a good person, if you're not a good person, you're not gonna carry any weight. It's gonna be like, wee, life is a breeze. I had committed no sins. That's why when you actually find out about these people who are smiling all the time, and they're always like, I didn't do nothing wrong. They're like Jeffrey Dahmers. Like, I never did anything wrong in my life. And then they end up you find out, oh, they eat people. It's like, what the fuck? It's like, yeah, they've been hiding some very dark shit. The worst shit than people who just admit their shit. It's just like, oh my god. I think that they wrote this really well. The cinematography is really well. The acting is really good. Except for Faye, I think there's moments she does okay, but I think she's the weakest. That's why even with her now, looking at her, like I'm looking at her right now, like just her facial expressions. The facial expressions she makes are just so like over the top and just like eyes gogging out and stuff, and it's just it's like. I can't tell you how that's like not Faye from the anime. Like Spike and Jet from Netflix feel like Spike and Jet from the anime. Faye feels like a different character. It feels like a bubbly like lesbian woman. It's really just a bubbly lesbian woman that kind of hates men. And it's like I don't like that. Like you can make people lesbian or gay. You don't have to make them hate another gender or hate other people. And it's just like I didn't feel like Faye necessarily hated men. I think it was more like she was a bounty hunter, and she was using her she knew she had good looks, and she used it as a weapon to like draw men in, but she could defend herself physically. She's a good fighter. She's a good shooter. Some people say, oh, she's clumsy. I don't think she's even clumsy. How is she clumsy? She's not clumsy at all. She actually can handle herself. That's why she's part of the crew. But, I mean, like again, I still give this 10 out of 10 because there's moments that I do enjoy with Faye, and I think that the actress just made a mistake. I think she should not have went online and started complaining about people talking about how she looks. It's like she should just not said anything. Because then I already built let's build division. Because I feel like it's the same thing with Kevin Smith. Like with Masters of the Universe. I think like people would have probably given him more of a chance if he didn't go after Clownfish. Which I mean I don't like Clownfish. I think the one dude kind of just talks over his wife all the time. He just talks over his wife all the time. and he's always pissed off. And it's just about everything. So, this sucks, this sucks. Well, Ghostbusters Afterlife is good. It's like, oh my god. It's like, bruh. It's like, I can't. And then, like, these people, again, I just want to say one more time, like, watch it for yourself if you haven't watched it. You know, Cowboy Bebop is a great show, man. I'm just really offended on the reviews. This is getting 49% on Rotten Tomatoes and fucking like 45% by audience. It's just like Jesus Christ, dude. It's not that bad. This why is and it's like they have great actors in here and actresses in here. The music is great. The cinematography looks good. And it's just like, why is all this hate? They challenge the fans of the show. Like, I'm a huge Cowboy Bebop. I just explained to you in the beginning. I'm a huge Cowboy Bebop fan. So it's just like, it just doesn't make sense why it was like, oh, let's just let's just hate this shit. It feels like it's soulless. Angry Joe says, "Oh, it's soulless." I was just like, oh my god. It's just like people are fucking idiots. But that's all I gotta say, really. Thank you guys for stopping by. As always, please like and subscribe. It helps the channel tremendously. If you want to be notified of any new videos, please hit the bell. May the force be with you.